today, sister. Get over there, boy. Move.
Boy.
The movie begins with a group of individuals packaging illegal drugs in a house. An ex-military man, Terry Savage, sneaks in with a gun to steal their money. After securing the cash, he attempts to leave but is unfortunately arrested by the police waiting outside. Upon investigation, they discover he was a decorated special ops soldier with past missions in Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Iraq. When Police Commissioner Harvey Clark asks why he resorted to theft, Terry admits he couldn't afford his sick daughter's medicine. The commissioner, instead of imprisoning him, offers a deal. If he goes undercover in prison to gather evidence on a corrupt warden, he will help him. Terry refuses at first, but when faced with the prison sentence and thinking of his daughter, he reluctantly agrees. After an emotional farewell to his daughter, Harvey instructs him on how to communicate from the cell. Terry arrives at the prison with other inmates, where Lieutenant Killian lays down the rules. They plant a chip in him and take him to his cell, where he finds a phone meant only for sending evidence. The next morning, Killian wakes the inmates for breakfast. In the dining hall, an inmate spills Terry's food and demands he bow, but Terry ignores him and walks away. Later, he strolls through the yard, where another inmate warns him that he should be able to fight. Freeway, a gang leader, and his men approach Terry, inviting him to join their group, but he declines and walks off. While cleaning, Terry secretly watches as some Mexican inmates complain to Freeway about his dealings with the warden. They attack him with knives, but Freeway overpowers them. Later that night, the Mexican gang members attack Terry in his cell, but another inmate, Bones, steps in to defend him. Guards intervene and send them all to solitary confinement. Alone, Terry reminisces about his daughter. The warden punishes the inmates for attacking Terry but also apologizes to him, joking about his family. He explains that to make the privately owned prison more engaging, he created an underground fighting tournament called the Dungeon as a way to reward strong fighters. He offers Terry a chance at redemption through the tournament and gives him fighting clothes. The warden assigns Terry a new cellmate and orders a guard to escort him. Gina walks him to his cell, discussing his military background, where he meets Bones again. Bones advises Terry to forget the outside world and focus on survival in the dungeon, offering his help. That night, Terry uses the phone to report the warden's tournament to Commissioner Harvey, who demands visual proof. The next day, Bones trains Terry and introduces him to the prison gangs, including Freeway's Black Mafia. Later, Terry is taken to the dungeon, where inmates fight while others watch from televisions. The warden sits front row as Freeway dominates two fighters. Terry is called to fight El Vampiro, a Mexican gang member known for his sharp teeth. Before the match, Bones warns Terry about El's attack style. During the fight, Terry defeats him with a few well-placed punches. After Freeway's impressive performance, the warden grants him a reward, but Freeway instead questions why Bones is helping Terry. He reminds the warden of his promise to secure his release. The warden reassures him, saying he will arrange a fight at Aurora State Prison, promising freedom if he wins. Meanwhile, Jeanette, a lawyer from National Veterans Affairs, visits Terry to help him gain freedom since he isn't a criminal. She reveals information about a corrupt private prison system trafficking a specific race. Before leaving, she tells Terry to contact her if he needs help. Bones later trains Terry for his upcoming fight against Z, the best fighter. He urges Terry to use his strength against Z's technique. In the dungeon, Terry stuns everyone by knocking out Z with a single punch. He refuses to attack further and leaves. That night, Bones shares his backstory, and Terry starts questioning his own fate. The next day, the inmates perceive Terry as a threat. Two men ambush him with knives, but Officer Gina intervenes. In the chaos, one attacker mistakenly stabs her before fleeing, leaving Gina in Terry's arms. She survives, and the warden thanks Terry for saving her, realizing it also protects his reputation. Terry then requests a fight with Freeway. Later, Freeway scolds the attackers for acting without his orders. The warden calls Freeway and other gang leaders to his office, where he orders Killian to execute 2 inmates for breaking his rules. Freeway denies giving the order, but the warden forces him into fighting Terry. Freeway later approaches Terry, who calls him a bully. Freeway instead suggests they give the real bullies what they want. Terry informs Commissioner Harvey that this will be his last fight. As he trains, he gets flashbacks of his daughter, fueling his resolve. In the dungeon, the warden announces the match, and the fans cheer as Terry and Freeway fight. After an intense battle, Terry emerges victorious. Terry sends the commissioner evidence, asking to be freed, but receives no response. The next day, inmates acknowledge Terry as the new dominant figure. The warden tries to lure him into his operations, showing him a drug ring disguised as prison labor. Terry pretends to consider it and secretly takes some drugs before leaving. The warden then takes him to see the bodies of those who attacked him, but Terry only wants his freedom. Meanwhile, Freeway regains consciousness. That evening, the warden takes Terry to meet Commissioner Harvey, revealing they are business partners splitting prison profits. They offer Terry a cut, but he refuses. They then expose their gambling ring across 7 prisons, where top fighters are forced to battle for profit. When Terry declines to cooperate, they torture Bones, forcing him to comply. Secretly, Terry and Bones strategize to take down the warden. Terry contacts Jeanette and hands her a chip containing evidence. Soon after, a visiting warden arrives with his top fighter, Chaka, for a high-stakes match. The warden agrees to a $100,000 bet despite his concerns. The fight begins, and Terry blinds Chaka with the powder he took earlier before attacking him. He then signals the inmates to initiate their plan, leading to a riot as prisoners overpower the guards. The warden panics while the visiting warden flees. As chaos unfolds, the police arrive, shooting Killian and arresting the warden. Terry and Bones confront him one last time, but before he can retaliate, officers shoot him down and detain him. Jeanette later informs Terry that his evidence helped expose the corrupt prison system. Terry receives a full pardon and financial support for his daughter's medical bills.